Set to get this started. Off we go from U.S. Bank Stadium. Good return as he takes it just across the 30. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
Mike, when you put the film on of J.J. McCarthy, what really jumps off the screen is his ability to display footwork both inside and outside the pocket. And those movement throws, especially in today's NFL, they are so critical. On top of all that, he has a lot of trust in his arm. He's not afraid to attack tight windows. He can continue to develop, continue to hone this obvious talent. He can really be a special player in this league.
They get 11 and quickly pick up the first down. 41-yard line.
And his run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
And this time they are ready for a loss. And it's second down.
So the offense trots out the old jumbo package. So they bring out 3 tight ends, big bodies. But the defense kind of sees it coming. They've got to change it up. You can't be so predictable. Big bodies run, small bodies pass. And I think that's a little bit of what's going on there.
And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover, or even points the other direction.
First and 10 now from the 36. Well, fake we did, and now it's McCarthy. Our first down play there is incomplete.
Really smart play, especially considering how early it is in the game. If something's not there, don't force it. Just throw it away and play the next snap.
Second and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. He was brought down that pass. He's going to pick up 4. And bring up third down.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
To the air on third down is McCarthy. He's got a receiver. It's Odyssey. And it's a pickup of 16 yards down to the 16. 16 yards. That's another Vikings first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll step up and win this. And the Vikings are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. It's a gain of 13, and it's first and goal.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have...
The ball is out. One of the Ravens has it.
For most of these defensive line, they go the entire season and never touch the ball. So when they get their shot, they try to take advantage of it, and that's exactly what this big guy did here. Wasn't quite taken all the way for a touchdown, but he sets his offense up in a great spot.
The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as a result of him being your quarterback.
This throw is taken in by the and he only managed a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
So the 47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. The shotgun, here's Jackson. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. We're going to work this down inside the 45. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down.
43-yard line.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Incomplete. The defender right there in the fight. And it's 2nd down.
It leads to
Searching
2nd
for
and
his
10.
Pro Bowl tight end, Mark Andrews, that time. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Hopkins sent in motion. Play action now. Jackson. Boom, coming in at the 35. And he'll be taken down.
It's a gain of
A
11.
gain there of 11. First down, Baltimore.
These crossing concepts are frequently used like throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
Jackson up top again. This one broken up. And it's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
It's now
He's
2nd
usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
The defender dropped all over. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. This is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
His kick is good. And the Ravens up to an early 3-0 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. High snap, Churchill. And a solid win by there. They'll get this out at the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They fumbled it away on that opening possession. Fortunate, it only led to a field goal, so they're in a 3-0 hole as they start this drive. 1st and 10. With a carry by Jones. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the front.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
On second down is McCarthy. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. That will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That one good for 29.
Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play, you throw it away, and that'll sound. Second down.
It's second down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
He'll try again here. Second and 10.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision, it gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down to the ground.
On the ground now with Jones. And he's in! There he goes. Touchdown, Minnesota.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back. Even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan, everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession one. What are you going to do in response on possession two? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Riker. He's got it. And the Vikings move out to a 7-3 lead. Riker out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. On the return, it's Keaton Mitchell. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. The play fake. Jackson. Oh, he doesn't pull away, and the ball's out. And the Vikings have the takeover.
We hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by replay, so they might be taking a look at this one.
Previous play is under review.
At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
Review the play. Rules on the field are reversed.
So that one overturned, they say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Now the first carry for King Henry. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. Jackson now on 2nd down. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
3rd and long for Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrew. And we'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. The defense has a chance to get off the field as the offense converts. 3rd and 14.
First down, Baltimore.
What a luxury. There's certain teams when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
That's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll go again here with Henry. Now they're in business. Inside the 15-yard line.
Gain of 15 yards.
They get 15 on that game. Good for a Raven 1st down.
1st and 10 at the
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
On 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
at the 9-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. In motion goes Likely. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. It's a short one caught by Andrews. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
And this one really quickly taken back to the 5-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot, and now I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Back to the 5-yard line now. 2nd down and goal. From the gun, Jackson. He pulls it in on the 5. He's down.
they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
For the extra point. He's got it, and the Ravens are on top. It's now 10-7.
Ravens 10, Vikings 7.
For touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10.
Earlier in the game, how much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
On play action, here's McCarthy. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's McCarthy. And let this go deep for Jefferson. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to punt it away.
They stop him before he can get any return played up. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. They had that field goal on the opening drive, the touchdown last time they had it. 2 drives, 2 scores, and here's drive 3. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. Across midfield, now at the opposing 46-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down.
A gain of 12.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL might do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those 2 things look alike, that puts a lot of stress on the defense.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down. 2 minutes to play in the 1st half of a 3-point game. We'll have more from Minneapolis after this. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Jackson now. This one downfield by Flowers. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half.
a gain of 25 yards.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Jackson's pass complete to Monte Lister. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 19-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. Their first timeout as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. For the goal line. Nobody stopped there just short, but he has picked up the first down.
It's pretty clear why this offense likes to get the ball into the hands of this quarterback. I mean, he is just so effective in this area, and now he has them set up 1st and goal.
The big guys are on. Jumbo set here for 1st and goal. Henry will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that matters, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side to the end zone, and they get 6.
On is Luke to add the extra point. And the Ravens will get out of front 17-7.
Vikings 7.
Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. And no return here. This is a touchdown. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Shotgun, and a throw from McCarthy to the middle of the field, taken in by Addison. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
14 yards.
So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. And 10 is McCarthy.
We have a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so high. They knew it was coming, and they ended up holding them to just a short game.
5-yard line.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Here's McCarthy. Heads into the hands of Aaron Jones. And they'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's loose set down. He picked up we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in this second quarter. So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. This will be from 56 yards away. Reichert's kick is good. Halftime coming up. We'll get you now to Scott Hansen, our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go. The second half is underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Taking off. Now he's set up now. Up past the 40 at this one. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down. First down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes a pay.
He's got his tight end. It's Andrews. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive.
At the 39-yard line.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through the progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, getting the ball, pick up the first down.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33. We go right back to Henry. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 14
Pickup
yards.
of 14 on that one. First down, Baltimore.
First down.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
And he plows forward for a gain of 4 yards.
It's a gain
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now is one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
Second down. Jackson. He's going to keep it himself. And he will score. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
The extra point is good, and the Ravens move out to a 24-10 lead. After a touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. To the left side and taken in by Jefferson. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best right runners in the league.
Nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that one.
Pick up the 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. They run it once more with Jones. They're going to work this down inside the 44. 14 on the pickup. First down, Minnesota.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the second half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out. It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
On second down, here's McCarthy. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
18 yards on the play.
That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one's good for 13 yards.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Running left, it's Jones. He'll be a short pickup down to the 31. That is Nnamdi Madueke there to bring him down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. He is hit quick, get rid of it, and down he goes. Travis Jones in there for a loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's 3rd down.
Certain guys just have a knack for finding the ball. In a lot of ways, Mike, you can't even really coach it. We've seen him do it all throughout this game today. Fumble recovery, sack. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets his hand on another one and comes down with a pick.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw is McCarthy. He manages to get the throw and completes it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Now running here with Jones. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
In today's NFL, you just don't see teams invest with first-round picks in the safety position very often, but every once in a while, a guy comes along that's just too good to pass up. That's exactly why they took him this past spring in the draft, and he's making his presence felt here today.
He'll get into the end zone. P.J. Robinson. Touchdown, Vikings. Craig, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Riker now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. Vikings within 7. It's 24-17.
Vikings 17.
Riker out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. On the return, it's Mitchell. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They're trying to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. The shotgun, here's Jackson. And they'll go to action. Will be needed. It's a big 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
In motion goes Likely. On the give, here's Henry. Room to run at the 40. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision. His ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big game.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. In motion goes Likely. Fourth quarter underway, and here's Henry. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. The team just gashing the defense right now. 17 more yards with that one.
Here's a gain of 17 yards.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
They'll run the clock. Here's Henry. They go through the initial contact, lines up, getting about 3. It's second down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They'll run. It's Henry. He'll get this inside the 20, and nice run right in the red zone. It's first down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And if you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground.
Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They go. Jonathan Bernard in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
It might have taken longer than they would have liked, but that's the first sack of the game, and it came at the perfect time. This defense desperately has to get off the field, and that play gets them a lot closer to doing so.
Jackson now on second down. And it's offside and caught by foul. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Now, Jackson. Fortunately, a teammate able to cradle it, and they keep possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Back to it now after that made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. They'll put Addison in motion. First and 10. And that one will be closed down the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
On second down, is McCarthy. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
Intended for Justin
At this stage of the
Jefferson.
game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
It is 3rd and long. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. Down the field, his pass incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And it's going to bring it up 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in his way.
That's going to be incomplete. They take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. They're going to be trying to play keep away in this situation, use as much clock as possible, up a couple of scores as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll run it with Henry. Open space. Henry hit the ball, comes free. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. They wound up getting enough to pick up the 1st down.
So as you start operating your red zone offense, of course it goes without saying, Mike, you're trying to score touchdowns. But the worst case scenario is that you bring your field goal unit and you at least try for 3. You have to protect the ball. Turnovers are the cardinal sin of red zone offense. In this case, they dodge a little bit of the ball here. The ball comes loose. Fortunately for the ball carrier, his own team recovers it. They can keep their offense on the field and see if they can finish this drive. After being stopped for no gain on 1st down on the ground, Mike, it brings up the question. 2nd and goal from the 2, what do you do? I like throwing it. I don't like waiting till 3rd down to air the ball out. So if they want to take a shot at the end zone, I think it's got to be here on 2nd and goal.
Again, L.B. Henry. Barrels his way into the end zone. Derrick Henry, touchdown Baltimore. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Luke now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Ravens will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
17.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The Vikings offense ready to get back at it. They're in tremendous starting field position after the kick return. They start with 1st and 10 up beyond midfield. It's McCarthy. Get to him and take him down. Take him back to the other side of midfield.
It looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 8.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 3rd, they need 8. To throw, it's McCarthy. They try to run for it. And McCarthy is going to get down and pick up the first down. Good smart play with the slide by JJ.
It's a gain of 11.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide. Well done.
McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. There's a throw right side. It'll be incomplete. Jalen Naylor was the intended receiver that time.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
That will lead to a 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They draw out the back end. At the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go and fall.
So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. Again, it with just under 90 seconds remaining. It's 3rd and 4. Now McCarthy. They try and get there on the ground. As he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a 1st down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
He'll run again. And he'll slide to him after picking up about 6. That's a 2nd charge timeout for Minnesota as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. Second down, they need 3. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Throw on the run is complete. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up
It's
3rd
a gain
down.
of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Setting up to throw is McCarthy. Taking off, he'll try and pitch back. And the Vikings have a set up 1st and goal. They're able to convert on that 3rd and 3. The Vikings go ahead and use their final timeout. And they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. They keep finding ways to keep this drive alive, and they're set up now for 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. A dive by 2. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal. Now they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball towards the middle.
Ryder, good with the extra point. And the Vikings are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Vikings 24.
Looking to double up here. Scored a touchdown. They want more. We're lining up for an onside kick. And he'll be taken down. No timeouts left for the defense. That should do it. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. A win here for the visitors, the Ravens. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.